Okay, hello ladies and gentlemen, Morris over here, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Last time we started case number 4, and in the beginning of case number 4 we saw the witness accuse the defense attorney in this case that we were kind of bearing witness to as the Yatagarasu. Then they came to recess, and due to that accusation, there was no other choice but to have a new prosecutor take over the case. That prosecutor being Miles Edgeworth. And when recess was over, when the time to go back into the courtroom was about to happen, we should go into the courtroom, but there was no defense attorney. Only to find out that the defense attorney and the witness have both been killed. But they both died. Initially it looked like there was a bit of a scuffle and one killed the other before dying himself due to his injuries. But now, we believe that there was a third person involved. And unfortunately, doing that, we implicated, at least for the moment, being the prime suspect, in Detective Gumshoe. So now we have to figure out what exactly happened in regard to that third individual. And in our own way, we're going to be trying to prove Gumshoe's innocence in this episode. So without further ado, let's begin. September 10th, 4:45 p.m. District Court, 3rd floor lobby. Sir, what is to become of the trial in the Cordovian Embassy staff member's murder? Sorry, that was very bad on my part. Indeed. Since both the suspect and the prosecutor are now dead, the case will be dismissed. In other words, the trial ends here, prematurely. Huh. Looks like you'll have to wait just a bit longer for your big debut. I suppose it can't be helped. The evidence for this trial will be transferred to you in a little while. Sir, what do you think about the murder of the Cordovian Embassy staff member? And the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell? What an outrageous circus it has all become. That Faraday brought it all upon himself with his naivety. An outrageous circus. Right, sir. I grow weary of this topic. Edgeworth, I will have you assigned to a different case. Papa! You'll come and watch my courtroom debut next, won't you? I'll consider it. Sir, if I may, please allow me to continue with my investigation. Whatever for? I know that there is already a suspect in the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. However, there is not enough evidence to prove that it was he who committed the crime. I'd like to continue investigating in order to find the perfect proof of his guilt. The perfect proof? Don't make me laugh. A worthless person like you has no right to claim such a thing as perfection. Papa? Who do you think is the real culprit behind these murders? Miles and I, we're competing to see who can find the real killer first. course, being able to investigate a real crime scene is a really rare opportunity. It would give us such real-life experience, wouldn't you agree? If you want to investigate this case that much, then do what you wish. Then you're allowing us to continue? In court, your top priority is to win. And a solid investigation is one of the keys to winning. We have to make sure you become recognized as a first-rate prosecutor, don't we? It wouldn't be very interesting otherwise. I'm returning home now. Edgeworth, Francisca, see to it I'm not disturbed, save for the results of your competition. Yes, sir. Of course, Papa. Francisca, thank you. What are you thanking me for? Your logic earlier was built on that scruffy detective's lie. That means that the competition is still on. Yes, just as you wished. I couldn't let you get off so easily. Now then, let's see how well you fare on the investigation from here, Miles Edgeworth. I know I don't have enough information yet, so my first order of business will be to question anyone involved with this case. It's an incredibly detailed model, isn't it? I heard that it costs as much to make as it costs to build the courthouse itself. What was the point of making such an expensive model? I felt the exact same way upon hearing it. It's so hard to understand such foolishness. Agreed. It wasn't me, I tell ya! I didn't do anything wrong! Yes, I understand. So let's just calm down, okay, buddy? I doubt I'll get anything useful from the detective while he is this agitated. It's a bookshelf. What's this? Judges' Trial Exchange Log? It appears to be a journal where the various judges share their thoughts and ideas. The real daily lives of the judges are laid out here on these pages. There's nothing about the court in here. It's just page after page of unrelated drivel. Judging by the content, they are very enthusiastic about the courthouse's daily menu. And it would appear that fried oysters are a favorite. I have no use for such foolishly foolish words from that foolishly foolish crowd. Excuse me. Someone please assure me that this is the true state of this country's judiciary. Sir! Nothing to report, sir! Is there no one who will make this man take responsibility for his actions on the job? Looks like we have no choice but to report this to Papa. Then, this starts with him finding a waking nightmare after being awakened from his dream. Actually, let's not. I kind of feel sorry for him now. This area is restricted to authorized personnel only, sir. If I'm not authorized personnel, then what, may I ask, do you think I am? The younger sibling of a dysfunctional relationship? I'm not the younger one, he is! Now get that straight in your head! I believe there's more objectionable plot you should be upset over, Francisca. What's the matter, officer? I've been standing here for forever, sir, and I really need to go to the bathroom. Why don't you just make a quick trip? The nearest one isn't that far, is it? No, it's a short way down the hall beyond these doors, but I don't want to be blamed for anything that might happen while I'm gone. So, I'm gonna hold it. Perhaps it had negotiate will be a positive influence on the force after all. I can't stop the water, sir! It's seems that the man who was here earlier broke it by drinking from it too much. Bunch of fools who pretended to not see the foolishly foolish actions of a foolish fool. Well then, why don't you lend the officer a hand? As if I should have anything to do with this. Besides, the water drinking fool spout is the thing that officer should be covering. Let's give that officer a description of the water guzzler later. She seems to have quite a grudge. It sounds to me like someone wanted to drink. Wow, this thing is so incredibly detailed. My inner modeling fanboy is impressed. I'm not exactly a fan of plastic models per se, but even I can sense the superb quality of this model. I simply cannot comprehend how that man could feel so much love for such a trifle. Oh? I see. You're a disciple of my father, so you would do well to guard yourself against an interest in such unproductive things. Yes, perhaps I should take up whipping people like the young lady over here. Of course, right? Miss you. Oh, it's you, Edgeworth. And who are you? Wait, you were at the crime scene just now, weren't you? You should be disbarred for not knowing who I am. I am Francisco von Karma, and I am about to become the successor to the family name. About to? I guess that means that for now you're still just another kid. In which case it's only natural that I didn't know who you are. What? Why are you whipping me? Anyway, it looks like they were planning to hold the evidence a bit longer. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's waiting. I'm terribly sorry, but I have a few more questions to ask of you. Look at you! Eyebrows scrunched with the lines on your forehead. And then to ask of you. What exactly is so funny? Sorry. I just started dealing with the super serious atmosphere. Apparently they failed to teach you proper behavior at a crime scene in law school. I feel so much better now. So, what is it you want to talk about? I'd like to inquire as to where you were at the time of the murder. We were in defendant lobby number 1 the whole time, up until we heard the gunshot. And by we, I mean Mr. Bad. If you don't believe me, feel free to ask him yourself. You were with Detective Bad? Why? We had a little something to discuss, that's all. Time of the murder. You claim at the time of the murder you were with Detective Bad. But don't you lawyers usually discuss the trial with your clients during a recess? We do, and that's what I was planning to do. But Mr. Faraday was being rather threatening and he dragged Mr. Rail away. After that, Mr. Bad came into lobby number 1, so we just stayed there and talked. And what did you talk with Detective Bad about? Nothing interesting. I just insulted him some. Talked about how the trial was going. And then I insulted him some more. When she's not laughing, her mouth simply spews nothing but insults. Anyway, Mr. Bad and I were in defendant lobby number 1 when the murders occurred. So I really can't tell you anything about the hallway or lobby number 2. I see. Detective Bad. So I take it that you are acquaintances with Detective Bad? Yeah, he was the detective in charge of the PG-8 incident. Detective Bad is also related to that incident? That's right. He was the one who was supposed to protect my sister, Cece. But you know how that turned out, don't you, Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth! I have no idea what you two are talking about. I've heard of the KG-8 incident from my papa. But how does that case relate to you, Miss Yu? The victim in that case, Cece, you was my little sister. You're making that super serious face again. I'm fine. Really. I just want to report to rub some more salt in this wounded part every time I see him. The way she talks about doing that as she laughs away is kind of creepy. Oh, speaking of Mr. Bad, he and Mr. Faraday, I'd say they met up just about every single time the Yatagarasu made a move. It was practically a given that the two would meet up at every one of the crime scenes. I see. You did mention that he is in charge of the Yatagarasu investigation earlier. Maybe I should ask how much he knows about the Yatagarasu in more detail. Mackerel. I'd like to ask you a few questions about your client, Mackerel. Now, your client first claimed to be the Yatagarasu, is that correct? Yeah. Once I heard that it was the Yatagarasu that had made off with the evidence from PG-8, I began to ask Mr. Rell all sorts of questions, but to no avail. Turns out Mr. Rell was not the Yatagarasu. He had just made that up. He made it up? Mr. Rell's crime was caught on tape by the security cameras, but there is no footage of him sneaking into the Panopian embassy itself. Hold on for just 1 second. Then you mean to say that you knew that he was not the real Yatagarasu? And that he was just another cold-blooded killer? And you were ready to defend him? Yes, that's right. I see. So a defense lawyer is actually just someone whose job is to cover for criminals. That's why defense lawyers are so detestable. But they are no match for us Von Karmas. I don't believe it. You're serious. Why don't you save that face for something really worth being serious about? And Edgeworth, do you remember what I said earlier? I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for the leads regarding the KJ8 incident, alright? And forgot you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer? Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rao was to be his voyeur. I had no intention of covering for him, ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to. I'm sorry. Forgive my rashness. Yatagarasu. Miss you. I was wondering if you could tell me about the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu? Huh. I don't really know much about that character myself. But I do get a lot of consultation requests from companies to defend them. Requests from companies? The Yatagarasu isn't some petty thief out for money, you know. Alright then, perhaps the Yatagarasu is in the business of stealing people's lives? You're not very funny or witty, are you, little Miss Von Karma? Francisca! Be careful about who you whip! Choose carefully or we might be There, I chose carefully, just like you wanted. That just now was hilarious, little missy. Of course it was. What is wrong with these two women? Why does my pain give them delight? And so in the end, what is the Yatagarasu? I have to say I never even heard of this thief when I was in Germany. The Yatagarasu deals in information, namely in digging out dirt about backroom dealings and the like of companies. The Yatagarasu is a vigilante who steals such info and then makes it public for all to see. Vigilante or not, This person sounds like just another criminal to me. I suppose you could put it that way too. But either way, I get a lot more clients now thanks to that thief. Sounds like Miss Yu is profiting nicely. I suppose I've gotten all I can out of Miss Yu. I should move on and speak with Detective Gumshoe now. Detective Gumshoe. Hey! It's you, pal! You're here! Ouch! As am I. I don't think you needed to whip him to let him know that. I didn't do it, pal! I swear on my honor as a detective, I really didn't! Your words are useless. I place my trust only in the evidence, detective. Once the investigation is fully over, and should we find out that you are the killer, there will be no mercy to be had for you. Have a heart, pal! But you're not worried, right? After all, you have nothing to worry about. If you really are innocent, that is. That's right! Hey, pal! Go into your private investigation and get the real killer for me, will you? I would have done so, even had you not requested me to, detective. Motive for murder. So you and Mr. Faraday had a small meeting last week, did you? And what exactly did you do to make him so angry? I just asked Detective Bad the same thing myself, pal. Turns out he was mad at me because on my very first day as a detective. I reported in my usual post instead of the Criminal Affairs Department. By the time I got down to Criminal Affairs, I was really, really late. And that's when he gave me that huge speech. I remember doing the same exact thing in elementary school. On the first day of school every year, I'd always wind up going to my old classroom. How pathetic for the detective to be comparable to a mere school child. During the recess, you claimed to be standing guard in front of the door to lobby number 2 during the recess. However, when did you receive the order to do so? And from whom? Earlier at around 3:20, and from Detective Bad, pal. Today's trial took a really crazy turn. So I was told to make sure nothing happened to Mr. Faraday. And yet something did happen to him, correct? It looks like it was a total waste of manpower to assign you to guard duty. Ouch! Your words didn't worsen your whip, pal. So it was Detective Bad who ordered him to stand guard, huh? Next step. Now then, Detective Gumshoe. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me? Nope, not a thing, pal. In that case, allow us to take a look at what you are carrying on your personage. Ah! Wait! You can't do that! There's nothing of any particular value here. Well, my handcuffs and badge were confiscated by Detective Bad, you know. And what is that open envelope I see sticking out of your coat pocket? Ah! Hands up, pal! Just show it to us already! Yow! Annual bonus check within $5,000 within $5 total. Except there's no check inside. You've had your look, now give it back, pal! It's my first bonus as a brand new detective. I just got it and crashed it today. I had literally no cash on me up until I did, you know. So that envelope is really special to me. Now give it back! You don't need rubbish like this. Don't worry, we'll throw it away for you later. How could you? Annual bonus envelope data jotted down in my organizer. Detective Gumshoe's annual bonus of $5. Literally had no cash on him until he cashed this. I'm sorry, but I need to take him in for questioning now. I think I've asked him just about everything I needed to. No, wait. Since he became a suspect, there's one piece of evidence I should reconfirm. Officer, I ask that you wait a second. I still have one thing I'd like to reconfirm with Detective Gumshoe. Understood! But please make it brief, sir. I want to hear from the horse's mouth. I must confirm whether or not his testimony about when the crime occurred is the truth. You told me earlier that you heard no sound, other than the gunshot out in the hallway. Is that correct? No mistake about it, pal! And you are also claiming that no one passed through the hallway either? Is that also correct? Yep! Not a single ant passed through that hall while I was on duty. You do realize that the lie you're telling me is only making life more difficult for yourself. Huh? Oh. But it's true! I didn't see anyone go through the hallway, and I didn't hear anything else, pal. I bet the killer found a way to kill the two guys that's beyond what I can even imagine. So he intends to continue telling this ridiculous lie. But why would he do so, given the situation he's in? I believe a thorough investigation of the hallway in front of the defendant lobbies is in order. Oh, what the heck? Ah! You! Oh. How could you have not noticed that coming? Wasn't that the child I changed money for earlier? Thanks. That's exactly what I needed. Kids can sometimes be so cruel. It looks like she dropped something. Swiss roll dated Jordan Dynamite organizer. Swiss roll dropped by the mysterious young girl. Says courthouse special on it. Maybe we should arrest the girl? She might turn out to be a valuable lead. I believe some sort of punishment may need to be dealt with the next time we meet. I believe I have asked all that I need to from this man. Now for Detective Bad and the judge. We have to confirm with who is correct, the judge or that scruff face. I suppose we should inspect the hallway in front of lobby number 2. Next, then. I suppose so. Next, shall we head on over, Franziska? Hello, Lion Blade. How you doing tonight? So anyway, yeah, sorry about that. Yes, what is it? Let's see. I want to reread these because I don't know if I read them all or not. But good, just been looking forward to Halloween. Yeah, I can see it. Yep. We're also getting close to something that I had planned. But I'll save that for later. I believe I have asked all that I need to of this man. Now for Detective Bad and the judge. We have to confirm who is correct, the judge or that scruff face, right? I suppose we should inspect the hallway in front of lobby number 2 next, then. I suppose so. Shall we head on over, Francisca? Yes, what is it? The scruff face's movements during the recess are really suspicious. Oh? I suppose you noticed it too, then. Of course I did. Scruffy is giving us a testimony that is nothing but harmful to himself. Normally, criminals would turn the opposite type of lie and attempt to escape. Yes, that's exactly the same point I'm having trouble understanding. It seems that I need to expose what he was really up to during the recess. And to do that, I should head to the hallway where he was supposedly standing guard. Gonna be my own version of the Joker based on Heath Ledger. Cool. Yeah, I was thinking about being Michael Myers again. I just like dressing up as him. But I want to make it to wear the one-piece suit that you wear, that you know, the one piece that he wears. I want to try to get that one and a Michael Myers mask to make it look more realistic for that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, I'm actually going to go ahead and take a quick break and get me some more tea. I will be right back. Alright, I have returned. Sorry about that. Alright. Alright, getting back to the game in hand. Yes, I have played as Michael Myers. I have technically dressed up as Michael Myers twice in a row, but I want to do something really different this time. I want to make it more realistic compared to those not so realistic looking attires that it has, that they sell. Alright, let's go in. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Wait, where's supposed to go? Right in here? Oh yeah, okay. He's in here. September 10th, District Court Hallway. So, did you see anything else? No, I don't think so. I see. Well, thanks for your cooperation. Oh, it's nothing. Just doing my duty as a defender of the law. That will be all for now. I'll ask again if I have any other questions. Anytime that I do. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a few loose ends I have to tie up. Oh, you're that new prosecutor Mr. Von Palmer recommended, right? My name is Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. And I'm Manfred Von Karma's daughter, Franziska Von Karma. I'm set to become the successor to my genius father any day now, Your Honor. I see. Mr. New Prosecutor. Oh, wait, I missed it. I see, Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Karma and Miles Edgeworth. By Von Karma, Miles Edgeworth, and Miss Jen. Ah! I bit my tongue. Are you alright, Your Honor? Please feel free to refer to me as just Miss Von Karma, Your Honor. As for him, just Edgeworth is fine. Apparently, somebody doesn't feel that I'm worthy of a proper title. Oh ho! Very well then. I shall call you Miss Von Karma and Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth. Your Honor, Mr. Edgeworth is fine, sir. Now, about your earlier testimony. Yes? What about it, Mr. Edgeworth? I would like to ask you a few questions about what exactly you saw. Alright, after all, it is my duty to clarify my testimony as a defender of the law. I greatly appreciate your cooperation, Your Honor. Now, the first thing I will need to do is figure out that detective's exact movements. Begin investigation. Hallway. Alright, so we got all kinds of stuff here. And we will not be able to move out of this room. And even if we were able to, why would we? There are no signs that this fire extinguisher was used in the crime. If you could already tell from a distance, then why are you wasting your time examining it? Franziska, let's all try to rush absolute genius. He's making the most ridiculous looking face. That may be, but at least he doesn't look like someone who would tell a lie on purpose. I suppose, but to a Von Karma, evidence is the only thing that carries any weight. Of course. At any rate, this poster seems to be of no use to us right now. Have you found any suspicious fingerprints, officer? Nope. Just the fingerprints of those involved with the case, sir. I guess we know all of the players in this case then, huh? It would appear that way. But I have the nagging feeling that we are missing something. And I suspect that what we are missing is hiding right here in this crime scene somewhere. Did you find something, officer? I think there's a $5 bill back there. Come on. Just a little more. Is there no one working this crime scene who isn't a total waste of living tissue? Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a single person we could deem useful here. It doesn't look like there's anything contradictory left in this area. I suppose not. Perhaps I should check somewhere else. It would appear that this vending machine sells snacks and various other foods. Vending machine. From Jason and... Well, I know Freddy was played by... Robert Englund. And I'm going to assume Jason would be Kane Hodder. That's my guess. But anyway, vending machine. A vending machine that sells courthouse special goods. A few sweet items are for sale. Just lovely. What will they think of next? Don't be a jerk and employed by these beef jerks. One packet for $9. Defendant's fresh milk. 1/2 pint for $7. Stay neutral as the Swiss stew until the end with these. Oh, cool. For $6. They're awfully overpriced. The lineup is simply awful. Period. Speaking of snacks, I wonder if that Swiss roll the little girl dropped is from this machine. I was wondering about that myself. When you're in hot water, you might need a hot dog. It looks like this slogan was decided through a public contest. And the winner was... Prosecutor Winston Payne? What a pathetic slogan. No presence at all. Now if it was up to me, it would read, if you leave matters in Von Karma's hands, everyone in Troll will be found guilty dogs. His sounds a lot better than that.
Objection!
Overruled! Oh yeah, by the way, in case anybody's wondering, who the hell is Winston Payne? He is a character that you will face off against in multiple different, in the first case of every Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney game. And yes, I do mean every single one. And the latest one is a bit different, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Don't be a jerk and pulled like these beef jerks. I see.
Objection!
Miles Edgeworth, wouldn't you agree that it's a very clever pun? Do you really think they put that much effort into the planet's name? Even a foolish fool could understand the foolish thinking of the fool who made it up. You're acting so foolishly that I got so thoroughly mad and now I'm utterly famished. If you wanted a pack of these, all you had to do was ask like a normal person. Damn. Don't let the prosecution and the defense make a ham sandwich out of you. It sounds like it's directed at that ham of a judge. Well, it certainly isn't directed at me. I could outmaneuver him any day. Stay neutral as the Swiss do unto the end with these. The end of what? Well, if I... Wait, hold on. Oh, that was Francisco, I'm sorry. Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end with these. The end of what? Well, I assume it means the end of the trial. I suppose this means that one should eat these during a recess? You can't eat during a trial, so I suppose the only time you can eat them is now, huh? I wouldn't mind if you wanted to eat one now. They come in packs of 2 after all. We're in the middle of an investigation. Besides, I don't have $6 on me. If you want, we can pool our money and buy a pack together. If I have to split it with you, then I don't want it. Spoken like a true Karen. Milk. Defendant's fresh milk. What exactly is that supposed to mean? I bet it means that the milk is freshly milked by various defendants on trial right now. No, I think it might mean that this was milked right here from the various defendants. Miles Edgeworth, you can't possibly be serious. Of course not. When it's looking bad, find your position with some OJ! Are they promoting violence? Don't worry, my whip will make sure that anybody following this advice won't be for long. Compared to the sting of a whip, the sting of orange juice may not be so bad. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious nook and cranny. What's the matter? I pricked myself on one of these cactus's needles. I didn't think the needles on this thing would be so sharp. Well, what did you expect? Can you imagine how bad it would be if you were hit on the head by one of these? Anyway, this cactus seems to be unrelated to our case. Do you really think so? Because I believe that this cactus sitting on this windowsill is completely related. Windowsill cactus. Potted cactus sitting on the hallway windowsill. Its needles are dangerous. Oh? Well then, I look forward to your explanation on how exactly it is related. What is this? It's a pink-colored piece of trash, made of rubber. Pink piece of trash. Piece of pink trash found in the windowsill of the hallway window, made of rubber. I feel like I've seen something like this before. Well, all I see is a piece of garbage. Wait. I feel like I've seen something like this before. Well, all I see is a piece of garbage. But you know, the fact that there's a litter running loose inside this courthouse, it's simply unforgivable. Ah! It's not like I was the one who littered. It was I who littered. Rubbish belongs in a rubbish bin. I can't look outside. However, I doubt the killer could have escaped through here. Of course not. This is the 3rd floor, after all. It appears that bars were installed on this to prevent people from falling out. Bars? What bars? Can you not see them from your vantage point? I must remember not to bring up that taboo subject again. What are these black speckles? I believe it's a pile of ants eaten away. Ooh, that detective! He claims that not a single ant slipped by him. And yet here's a whole hill of them! Rack! What are you hitting me for? As a replacement for that pathetic detective. Perhaps I should. I don't think I told you when I answered. No, I don't think you ever did tell me. Unless you did on Messenger and I never got around to reading it. Perhaps I should add this deduction to the detective's going to have a fake on us. Anyway, I wonder what the ants are eating. From the look and sweet smell of it, pieces of cake and chocolate from a Swiss roll. Swiss roll crumbs, found on the floor under the bench. A hill of ants are attracted to their sweet scent. File Sedgwick. The courthouse is to be kept pristine at all times. Ugh. It wasn't me that dropped food on the ground. The courthouse must be kept clean. Ugh. Ants are pouring out from the hole in this bench as well. I wonder if the inside of this bench is... Oh, wow. Well... So, I wish you a speedy recovery with your hand injury. I wonder if the inside of this bench consists of nothing but ants. Don't you dare continue with that gross line of thought! I'm sorry. The dirt on this bench. It smells like some sort of sweet substance. I can't believe there's someone going around dirty in the courthouse. For shame!
Hold it!
Calm down, Francisca. Now take a good look. Doesn't this smudge look kind of like a handprint to you? I suppose it could be. Which means that perhaps it would lick the prints of the person who sullied this bench. I see. And then we'll know the identity of our mystery slob. You there! The lab technician! Could you please find out who this handprint belongs to? Sir! Yes, sir! I've got the results of the fingerprint analysis, sir. And? Do we know who they belong to? Sir! The fingerprints belong to Detective Gumshoe! Oh? Interesting. Good work, officer. Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints data jotted down in my organizer. Left on the hallway bench. Dark smudge emits the scent of a sweet sugar. And there you have it. Yes, I suppose so. Now we know the identity of the person who dirtied the bench. I sense that you and I will be using this information in very different ways. The ants are hard at work carrying their food home. It's a marvel that they could pick up such comparatively large objects to their size. Well, if you want to carry the mighty Von Karma name and not be squished under it, you'd better work extra hard, just like these ants. The same goes for you, Francisca. Now I believe we can do some logic here. Let's see how this works. There we go. This pink rubbery substance. I saw this in a different form earlier today. I believe this is a piece of a popped balloon. I suppose that's possible. The balloon probably got a little too close to our friend, the windowsill cactus. That would be the logical conclusion, yes. Balloon piece data jotted down in my organizer. I just know I've seen a pink balloon around. Found on windowsill of hallway window. Let's see about this one right here. Yep. These bits of chocolate and tape. Could they not have come from a Swiss roll? A Swiss roll? Why would a courthouse have a thing like that? It may not seem like the right venue. However, it is being sold right over there. We literally just got done talking about it not too long ago. Francesca, pay attention! The vending machine? Ah, I see. Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end with these. Two for $6? Talk about expensive. Leaving the fact that it's on the expensive side aside. The fact that the tape crumbles and chocolate bits were found in this hallway suggests that they came from a Swiss roll that was purchased from this machine. I think I have a pretty clear picture of what happened here now. Naturally. After all, I'm here, aren't I? Detective Gumshoe must have sat on this bench as he ate a Swiss roll. And as he ate, he dropped it on the floor and sullied the bench. Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints data updated in my organizer. Left on the hallway bench, Detective Gumshoe apparently sat here as he ate the Swiss roll. How could he have not cleaned up after himself? How utterly despicable! Don't you dare whip me again. It wasn't I who made the mess in the first place. Anyway, if it was indeed Detective Gumshoe who bought the Swiss roll, that creates a rather interesting contradiction of facts. A contradiction? Where? I think another look at the special courthouse vending machine is in order. Your Honor, I'd like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Where were you at the time of the murder? Do you suspect me of something? No, nothing of the sort, Your Honor. Very well, you may continue with your testimony. Your Honor, it's your testimony I'm after. Oh! I had no idea you weren't taking after me or my testimony. I mean, in the sense that I might want to avoid being on a trial run by this judge. Time of the murder. Let's see here. Now then, how should I put this? When you get to be my age, you need to pay more frequent visits to the restroom. If you go take a look through the window at the end of this hall, you'll see a small window. That is the window into the men's restroom. In other words, you can only see clearly into this hallway from the men's restroom. When I was going into the restroom, that detective Gumshoe, was it? Well, he was standing in front of the vending machines buying something from it. However, and this I couldn't believe, when I was about to exit the restroom, there was not a soul in the hallway anymore. Rona, if you could please calm down and explain it to me rationally. Oh, I'm really sorry. Please let me regain my composure. It was really suspicious. That's what my finely owned judge's intuition said. Although, well, now the murder's occurred, I just sort of brushed it off. Apparently this judge doesn't understand the concept of staying calm. At the restroom. Hold on, let me try that again. The restroom window, huh? I wonder if you could really see the men's bathroom window from that one there. Wait, sorry, that was Francesca again. I made a mistake for no reason. I wonder if you can really see the men's bathroom window from that one there. You can. I'm looking at it right now. I demand that you show me this view at once. I suspect that our height is what's limiting our ability to see. It's all I'm possibly going to find out. That's probably all I'm going to find out from Miss Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, may I return my other duties now? Yes, I'm sorry to have had you up. Thank you for your cooperation, Your Honor. Ho ho ho! Anytime, Mr. Edgeworth, anytime! The judges in this country seem rather friendly. Yes, if not a little wishy-washy. However, I hear that they are known to hand down very fair verdicts. Detective Bad, I have something I wish to inquire about. Hey! How about doing some actual work, you? I wish to inquire about Detective Gumshoe's movements during the recess. Located from way in the investigation. I have an order from Mr. Von Palmer himself. Please, I'm still holding an investigative authority. Detective Gumshoe. So I hear you were the one who called for Detective Gumshoe to come down here. Faraday. I thought I was just accused, you know? I knew something was going to happen. My director's instincts told me. Director, a lot of good it did you. You couldn't even protect one lone prosecutor with it.
Hold it!
Francisca, I think you need to apologize. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry, Detective Bad. Please continue. Hey, Ralph. That's crazy. Anyway. I used the phone on the first floor and called the precinct. I told them to send somebody over. And that detective's the one that showed up. Not only his upon his arrival, did you see that Detective Gumshoe to stand guard, Detective Bad? Yeah. I waited for him, so that now there's I waited for him on the first floor. After he got there, he came up to these defendant lobbies together. As we entered this hall, we ran into you. She told us that Faraday was really, really bad. Sorry about that. She told us that Faraday would get really bad. That he suffered to run off the lobby number 2 to have a word or something. And that's what Faraday already had said to let no one interrupt them. The choice I have, all I'm gonna do is just go with that. Then I just stop dozing off. And I can feel it. What choice did I have? Let's see here. Yeah, I waited for him on the first floor. got here, we came up to these defender lobbies together. At the end of this hallway, we ran into you. She told us that Faraday was really mad. That he dragged Rel off to lobby number 2 to be handed to have a word or something. Alright, Lion Blade. Have a good rest of your night, and I'll talk to you later. He dragged Rel off to lobby number 2 to have a word or something. And that Faraday had said to not let anyone interrupt him. What choice did I have? All I could do was tell the big bug to stand guard outside. And that Faraday had said to not let anyone interrupt them. So what choice did I have? All I could do was tell the big bug to stand guard outside. And around what time did all that take place? Let's see. I think it was about 30 minutes before I heard the gunshot. After giving the big glove his assignment, he never left the hallway, not once. Oh? Oh? And how can you make such a claim? What on the grounds and charge of this third floor basement lobby swore to me he didn't. If the defense detective has never left the hallway, then what did we disappear off to? That's simple. We must have gotten into lobby number 2. Suspected. Yeah. You and I were in lobby number 1 of the store. The only one without an alibi is Gumshoe. It seems that I am still missing some pieces of information. The gunshot. Detective Bad, you also heard the gunshot, did you not? Yeah. I heard it when I was in the lobby number 1. That's why I came running down towards lobby number 2 to look at the how much time has elapsed between you hearing the gunshot and your arrival on the scene? Less than a minute. What were your movements upon hearing the gunshot? I grabbed the big gloves and was just walking around in the hall. I raced into lobby number 2. That's when we discovered the bodies, in that order. This makes me want to discover the correct crime scene, right? Let's see here. I'm starting to get a little bit, I'm starting to get tired. I'm gotta think about this for some day. That's where the fun begins, because I gotta think about this for some day. Yeah, I got just taking a bit of a break real quick. Because it's been a pain in the hassle here. Alright, let's go ahead and try this. Let's go ahead and keep going here with this. Hold on. So, other than what I was doing here. Let's see. So we'll back to this bit here real quick. What were your movements upon hearing the gunshot? I grabbed the big punk who was just walking around in the hall and raced into lobby number 2. And that's when we discovered the body in that order. It makes you the discoverer of the crime scene, right? Yeah, I guess it does. Little miss. I'm about to become a prosecutor very soon. You will treat me with the dignity I deserve, or else. Wave that thing around anymore. And I'll have you arrested for obstruction, little miss. You wouldn't dare. Just joking. Pretending bad is really something to fit to make Francisca behave. Are we about done? Is there anything else I should ask him about? Well, let's see. Because we already had talked about where he was at, because he's pretty much made it well known, and you would go along with that. I don't know when he said he heard the gunshot. I'd like to know a little more about the circumstances under which you've heard the gunshot. Like I said, I'm probably number 1 with you. I have nothing else to add. Unless this was something corroborates with what Miss Hughes said. But you already asked him about that, remember? Something else. I should ask him about? What time? I'd like for you to tell me the exact time you heard the gunshot. It was around the end of the recess, and the trial was about to start again. I didn't. He was supposed to make time for himself to transfer the evidence he was holding. But I thought the sense he wasn't going to show for the handoff. So I figured I should go get him before it would be late. And just as I thought that... Bang! The sound of a gunshot hit my ears. So he had the gunshot right before the trial was about to restart. Lieutenant Bad's testimony jotted down on my organizer. He heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to start again. Are we done here? I don't have any time to waste. Oh, come on! All you're doing is standing in front of this door, doing nothing. He is somewhat investigating this crime scene, or rather that he is keeping us under surveillance. But to what end? Detective Bad, may I ask if you cooperate with us for just a bit longer? I don't have anything else to say to the two of you. You guys were the ones who said you wanted to investigate in the first place. Fine then, be obstinate. We'll just do as we please. Come on, Miles. You may no longer be willing to help us, however. May I ask for the forensic scientist's cooperation? Do as you like. mentioned that there is something wrong with this here. I gotta think about this for a second. Let me look at this again. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, we found our thing here. So we found our contradiction. Because the thing costs $6. But he only had $5, so where did he get the 6 from?
Eureka!
About Detective Gumshoe's finances. He said that until this morning, he didn't have even a single penny on his personage. Just how poor is that guy? If his bonus really was only $5, then he should not have been able to purchase a pack of Swiss rolls. However, facts being as they are, we found cake crumbs on the floor, meaning Scruffy must have bought a pack somehow. Indeed. That detective should not have been able to purchase the pack, and yet he did. The question is, how? Swiss data updated in my organizer. Swiss rolls dropped by the mysterious young girl. It's priced at 2 for $6. Investigation complete. Hey, we got a full bar now. I believe I would now have a very firm grasp on what happened here. Well, I do too. Alright, Francisca. Would you care to share what conclusions you've come to? Why should I do that? We're still in the middle of a competition, you know. We should be checking to see if your conclusions are wrong first. So you go ahead. It's almost cute that she's gone this far to ensure that she wins. Almost. Very well. But first we need to pay His Honor a visit to correct his testimony. September 10th, 5:15 p.m. District Court, Courtroom Number 3. Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to test your witness testimony to see how it stands up. Do you doubt me? Am I your new suspect? In a sense, I suppose you could say that. Even you, a judge, are nothing but a common witness before Avant Karma. Silence in the courtroom! Silence, I say! Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by You pitched your telegram, didn't you? Here's on me, alright? Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Manfred von Palmer, Miles Edward, and Miss Genius Prosecutor successor to Manfred von Palmer, Francis Clark! You mentioned telegram, didn't you? As an offender of the law, I could never give false testimony. You can even place me under oath if you want. Very well then. Your testimony, if you please. Testimony. What I saw in recess. During the recess, I went to the restroom. There's a window on the hallway side, in other words, I could see into the hallway. As I entered, I saw that the detective buying something from the vending machines. But when I was about to exit the restroom, he had completely disappeared. A detective that goes missing while on duty. That sounds mighty suspicious to me! Your Honor, can you please try to remain calm? Oh! I'm so used to simply listening to testimonies that I got caught up in the excitement. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to spoil your fun now. Rebuttal. What I saw at recess.
Hold it!
Your Honor, why exactly did you pay a visit to the restroom, if I may ask? Oh! Well, isn't it obvious? What else do you go to the restroom for? Or maybe... I knew it! You suspect me of some sort of tomfoolery, don't you? Please stay calm, Your Honor. This is going to be much harder than I anticipated. I'm sorry. You're right. I need to think things through with a level head. I'm just nervous because so much has happened today with this trial. Let's see. I announced a recess and a time for us to reconvene. But having done all of that, I still wasn't able to go to the restroom right away. And why couldn't you? Mr. Faraday had been accused, so I had paperwork to process regarding a new prosecutor. Once I had finished that, I was finally able to make a mad dash to the restroom. At least he stayed consistent on the going to the restroom part of his testimony. There's a window on the hallway side. In other words, I could see into the hallway.
Hold it!
Your Honor, did you really go to the men's restroom? What's the meaning of that statement? I simply meant that perhaps you went to a restroom on a different floor. I had to go for such a long time. It was all I could do to dash to the closest one in the courtroom. I suppose that's only natural, given his circumstances. I ran from the courtroom, through this floor's main lobby, and down to the hallway. Once you enter, you can see there's a window just above the urinals. And it was through that window that you witnessed Detective Gumption. Wait, that's Edgeworth, sorry. And it was through that window that you witnessed Detective Gumption, Your Honor? Yes, exactly! Your Honor, there's no need to yell. I can hear you just fine. Oh, I guess I put a little too much into that last answer. Now then, let's continue with the testimony. As I entered, I saw that detective buying something from the vending machine.
Hold it!
Are you sure that the person you witnessed was Detective Gumshoe, Your Honor? Yes, I am absolutely sure. It's hard to miss someone of his stature, even from as far away as the restroom. Besides, I can't think of anyone else with that kind of hairstyle and thin beige coat. Well, I was simply wondering if you were mistaken in what you saw. What? Preposterous! My eyes are sharp as can be, ready to see through lies to the truth. Although, recently, things do seem to be a bit fuzzier than they used to be. Clearly, his eyes are not the only thing that have gone fuzzy. But allow me to say, with all the honor and dignity of a judge, I am not mistaken in what I saw. But when I was about to exit the restroom, he had completely disappeared. Let me try something here, because I feel like I know what happened here.
Objection!
Yep. Because he was sitting down. That's why he, quote-unquote, disappeared. He was sitting down. That was easy. What was that finger wag for, Mr. Edgeworth? And don't you know it's rude to shout objection when someone is giving testimony? Ha! If you truly are a man of the law, then you must always be vigilant. For example, I never let an opportunity to shout, objection, pass me by. Miles Edgeworth, it's one thing to be passionate about your job, but this is real life. This is what some people may say is the pot calling the kettle black. Your Honor, I wonder if you might take a look at this for me. What is that, Phil? How dare someone dirty the hallway bench like that? Who was the culprit? That party is hereby found guilty of uncleanliness. If you must know, the uncalled bench Solia has already been placed under arrest, thanks to your earlier testimony, Your Honor. Oh? Well, that's good. But who was it? We were able to discover something from that smudge on the bench. Namely, Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints. Not happy with committing just murder, he had to go and dirty the courtrooms, courthouse too? Guilty! Your Honor, please calm down. While it's true that the detective is the one who made the mess on the bench, we have not yet established that this action is related to the double murder. What do you mean? I believe that the detective bought a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine, and then promptly sat down on the bench to eat one. The cake crumbs and the pieces of chocolate on the floor under the bench, and Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints prove my conclusions to be true. Oh, but I still don't understand. Is this whole thing related to how I couldn't see him as I was leaving the restroom? It is indeed. The window in the hallway was built rather high up into the wall, at around a grown adult's chest height. As evidence, I submit that Francisca herself was able to see out of that window. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have used her height as evidence. Basically, what this means is that there's a certain area directly under the hallway window is a blind spot where the hallway is being viewed from the men's restroom. Then, it seems that you have made a connection. If someone were to sit on the bench under the window, yes, even someone as large as Detective Gumshoe would effectively disappear from sight. What? Did you finally see, Your Honor? Your testimony is proof that Gumshoe was in the hallway the entire time. Hold it! Ah, sorry! I didn't mean to say it with that much enthusiasm. All I wanted to do was try saying it once. Here, let me try that again. Hold it! Is that something of value that you'd like to say? Yes, actually, there is. I remembered something else just now. Mr. Edgeworth, please allow me to testify to the court one more time. Even if we overruled him, he'd just keep on talking, wouldn't he? That might not be a bad thing. The more info, the better in the perfect investigation, right? What I saw, testimony. What I saw, part 2. I suppose it's possible you can't see a seated person from the restroom window. However, that doesn't mean that the detective was sitting there when I looked. Anyway, I forgot to testify earlier about probably the most important detail. As I was leaving the restroom, I heard the loud bang of a gunshot. How was that? That is the testimony of one who judges the crimes of others. Your Honor, could you try to state the important facts first next time? I agree. Before you go around judging others, you should learn to judge your own words. Hello, Chili. How you doing tonight? Eek! I'm sorry. But honestly, I thought that sound was just a noise popper until just now. Now that he mentions it right before we restarted the trial, he did talk about that. Oh, by the way, was there someone celebrating a birthday during the recess? I could have sworn that I heard a popper going off. Come to think of it, the other day with my grandson. The most critical point in this argument is when did the judge look into the hallway, and whether that lines up with the when the gun was actually fired. Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to clarify a few details in your testimony. Rebuttal. What I saw, part 2. That suppose it's possible you can't see the person from the restroom window. However, that doesn't mean the detective was sitting there when I looked. Anyway, I forgot to testify earlier about probably the most important detail. As I was leaving the restroom, I heard a loud bang of a gunshot.
Hold it!
Your Honor, about what you just said. I know, I couldn't believe it myself. Oh, sorry. Oh my god. Let me go ahead and do this again. I know, I couldn't believe it myself, but I heard it. Bang with the gunshot. I heard it loud and clear. And then I had a knee-jerk reaction. Ah! I jumped into the air. Like this. Yes, it's like this with the gun. Ah! Your Honor, please remain calm when you're trying to explain yourself to me. Yes, sir. Sorry about that. Now then, I must gather myself, yes. When I heard the gunshot, there was no one in the hall. This judge's emotion centers appear to be stuck on overreact. At this point, nothing stands out to me as a contradiction in his testimony. Francisca, if I'm correct, his testimony is hardly a precision quality. I know that, and that's why I said, at this point. I think my first line of attack will be to draw more information from His Honor.
Objection!
Oh, no. I think I'm on the right track, though.
Hold it!
In that case, do you concede that you were overconfident in your last testimony? No, hold on there! I just said that it's possible you can't see a seated person from the restroom this time. But you know something? I don't think you know what the prints you referenced to left on that bench, do you? While you have proven that it's possible that detective was sitting, I still have a problem with you just when those fingerprints were left. He's right. I have yet to prove when the fingerprints were held on that were left on that bench. While he feigns ignorance, His Honor has seen a lot of life. This judge, I mustn't underestimate him.
Hold it!
As we established, he went to the restroom during the recess. However, at what point in the recess did you look into that hallway? After I called for a recess, I handled the change of prosecutor paperwork. Maybe about 20 minutes until we reconvened? Yes, that sounds about right. Just as I expected. What were you expecting? And I demand to know what that all-knowing smile is for. Your Honor, that statement you made just now is very important. I'd like for you to append it to your testimony. Alright, if you insist. Let's see, I looked into that hallway about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene.
Objection!
Yep. So in case you're on, I cannot allow you to make an objection. So for those wondering why I picked Detective Bad's testimony, the judge said that it happened about 20 minutes after, or 20 minutes before everyone involved in the court reconvened. But Detective Bad said he heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to start again. So, somebody's lying here. What? Your Honor, I'm really sorry, but I cannot allow you to not allow me to make an objection. Eggans! I've been overruled! Your Honor, there are simply too many holes in your testimony for my taste. What do you mean by that? You claim that you heard the gunshot during the recess, but that is simply not possible. Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Mansion Von Act! Instead of biting your tongue... Wait, what did you say? Instead of biting your tongue, why don't you bite your tongue on those preposterous names? Eek! I see you have no mercy for the elderly either, Franziska. Don't talk back to me, unless you want to be whipped in the back. With your height, you'd need a stepladder or 4 to accomplish that. Ahem! Mr. Edgeworth, my ears are not that far gone yet, I'll have you know. I can still hear just fine. And I heard the sound of a gunshot loud and clear with my own 2 ears. Ha! Your Honor, I have here an interesting bit of testimony. It's from Detective Bad. And according to him, he heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to start again. What did you just say? Your Honor, you just said that you heard the gunshot about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene. How do you explain this glaring contradiction? That can't be! Unfortunately, that is the truth. But I heard it clear as day. Bang! The loud sound of a gunshot. The sound of a gunshot. You keep returning to this point of contention. And that piece of evidence. I always did wonder why I found it where I did. However, now I understand what the gunshot the judgment really was. Unfortunately, Your Honor, this is what really produced the gunshot you heard. See, I was on the right track, but I used it at the wrong time. It was the balloon piece.
Take that!
I found this object in the hallway earlier. What is that pink substance? It may not look it, but this is actually a piece of a balloon. I see. And I suppose you would like me to accept that pink balloon into the court record? Your Honor, I present this piece of evidence in order to overrule your testimony. What? Your Honor, your argument goes as follows. You saw no one in the hallway when you heard the gunshot. Now, there is no guarantee that the detective was sitting on the bench at that time. Therefore, you believe he must have been at the crime scene, defendant lobby number 2. Am I correct? Yes, that's exactly right. Let me ask you something. Do you think that the gunshot you heard was produced by a real gun? I think I've said enough that even you can figure the rest out on your own. Your Honor, you were fooled by the popping of this balloon into thinking it was a gunshot. What manner of trickery is this? That was a good effort you put forth, Miles Edgeworth. But if it was me, I'd have wrapped this thing up before the judge even testified. Try to elaborate on how one ends something before it even begins. Well, to be honest, I did think that the sound was a bit off from a real gunshot sound. But who could have guessed that someone would pop a balloon in a place like this? That's true. One usually doesn't think balloons in conjunction with courthouse. I want to trade these coins with you. That's it. That balloon that girl was holding. It explains everything. Your Honor, if it makes you feel any better, you didn't lie once in your testimony. However, I can't really vouch for its accuracy. And living testimony could be such a difficult thing to do. What have I done? I owe Detective Gumshoe a very, very big apology. I will see to it myself that he is released. Wait. There are still a few things I have yet to resolve about what happened in the hallway. Your Honor, I request your permission to further question Detective Gumshoe. So, but why? I thought we just cleared his name. Whether we did just now or not, I still cannot say. The only thing I can do for now is to continue in my quest for the perfect explanation. And to that end, I must resolve the remaining issues pertaining to the events that occurred in the hallway. Very well. Bailiff, please bring Detective Gumshoe into the courtroom. I must fulfill my mission and find the perfect explanation in this case. September 10th, District Court, Courtroom Number 3. What is it now? Is it time for my trial already? I've already told you a gazillion times, pal. I didn't do it. I'll be the judge of that, Detective Gumshoe. No, you won't. I'll be the judge of that. No, 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 no. I'm the judge around here, and I'll be the judge of that. Why can't you guys be a little less judgmental? Yes, well, speaking of hasty judgments, Detective Gumshoe, I'm afraid I must apologize for an error in judgment on my part. Your Honor, I didn't believe you should apologize just yet. We have yet to prove he is completely innocent of this crime. I guess so. What are you guys talking about? In any case, I would like you to testify as to your actions while you were on guard duty. And please remember, you were not on trial. This is all just a part of the investigation. As such, you may still be found to be innocent. However, if you should give false testimony... Yow! My whip will object loud and clear. If you are found to be lying, you will be held indefinitely. Understood? I got you, pal. Looking back on the state of the crime scene and the judge's testimony, it's obvious that Detective Gumshoe is lying. And if I can't break this lie, then we may never get a break in this case. Testimony. While I was on duty, I came down here to this courthouse on Detective Bad's orders. As soon as I got here, he ordered me to stand guard in front of lobby number 2. From that time on until I heard the gunshot, I was in that hallway the whole time. On my honor as a detective, I swear it wasn't me, pal. He's still singing the same tired tune. In that case, I'll just have to change the melody. I know he's lying, and it's time I pull the information I need out of him. Rebuttal. While I was on duty.
Hold it!
You claimed to have been in that hallway the whole time. However, is it not a fact that you did something while you were in that hallway? Of course I did something. I guarded the door to lobby number 2, pal. What else? Very well then. And what exactly does guarding that door entail? Well, to put it simply, oh, I know. It was my job to stand in front of the door without moving an inch. Oh? Detective Gumshoe, you mean to tell me that you didn't take a single step away from the door to lobby number 2? Is that really what you wish to testify to the effect of? You got it, pal! I didn't take a single step away from that door, just like I was ordered not to. Why is everyone so quiet all of a sudden? Because we are all in shock. And in awe of your utter stupidity. Scruffy! If you're going to lie, at least tell us a more believable one. Ouch! But I'm not lying. I should hurry up and bring this insipid testimony to a close. There's only one problem. Swiss roll!
Objection!
I have an objection. What is it, pal? Detective Gumshoe. I wonder if you might recognize this from somewhere. Hey! It's one of those things! The courthouse special Swiss rules, right, pal? Precisely. In that case, I suppose that you also recall the sullied hallway bench? Hey! You know what? I think it was probably me that did that. Detective Gumshoe, you know you can't go around dirtying up the courthouse like this. You inconsiderate slovenly pig. Eek! I promise to clean it up later. I swear. Now then, shall we get down to business? About the fact that you didn't move even a single step from in front of that door. If that really were the case, then how were you able to buy a pack of Swiss rolls? Ack! Furthermore, if you didn't move a single step from in front of that door, how did you manage to get the bench dirty with your grubby hands? Ouch! It appears that Franciscus Whipton knew more damage than my words alone can. Alright, I confess, pal. I was hungry, so I bought a pack for myself, okay? I thought I'd get chewed out again if anyone found out about me eating on the job. So I didn't want to say anything. Well, unfortunately for you, I saw you do the whole dastardly deed. I clearly saw you buying a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine. Okay, I'm sorry for lying. But that's all I'm sorry for. You got that? Because I'm not holding anything else back. That last statement, it may sound like it makes sense. However, there is something I don't quite believe about it. Are you sure you're not withholding further information from us? Huh? Of course not! I've got nothing else to hide, pal!
Objection!
Oh, if only that were true, Detective Gumshoe. But it is true, pal! I swear there's nothing else! Detective Gumshoe, I'm sure you are aware of the piece of a pack of Swiss rolls, correct? Huh? Remind me again, pal? That vending machine out in the hallway is selling packs of 2 Swiss rolls for $6 a pack. And yet, according to you, you didn't have any cash on you until you cashed your $5 annual bonus check. Isn't that right? Let me ask then, how did you manage to purchase a pack all by yourself? Can you provide me with a proper explanation to that? Ah! I told you! I bought it by myself, pal! There wasn't anyone else in that hallway with me! So there's no one who could have helped me buy it! Wait, don't tell me! You got some kind of proof that there was someone else in the hallway, don't you? Correct. As if you could! I mean, what are the chances of that? Wait, you do? Of course I do. What? How? What proof do I have that there must have been someone else there in the hallway? Simple. The balloon piece. What the heck is that? I knew you didn't really have anything. You prosecutors are all the same. I was lying to people. You No. Oh wait, that wasn't it? Oh, it's not that? Let's try
Take
this
that!
one then. Hey! You showed that to me not 2 seconds ago, pal! Ah, I think you're under the mistaken impression that I bought this pack of rolls. Wait, if you didn't buy it, then that means you must have stolen it! You thief! What? I would never do such a thing! All you liars are the same! You start out as thieves! You're under arrest, pal! I believe you meant to assert that all the thieves start out as liars. And in that case, what does that say about you, detective? Urgh. This particular Swiss roll was dropped by someone. Oh! There were 2 rolls in this package. You ate one of them. But you then gave the other one to the other person, didn't you? No way, pal! You got it all wrong! I ate both of them! It would appear that we've caught you at last. Hey! Don't you dare do anything bad to that girl! It would appear that they do know each other after all. So why do you continue to come up to me and kick me? Have I wronged you somehow? I have a name and it's K! K what? K Faraday! Yep. K at a younger age, right here. Faraday. Are you perhaps Mr. Faraday's daughter? I'm not a you, I'm K! K. You know, good little girls don't kick other people. Especially not hard enough to leave big nasty bruises like the way you do. Well then you shouldn't have put Gummy under arrest, mister. Gummy? My glasses, she's talking about Detective Gumshoe. What a cute nickname you've given him. Gummy didn't do anything wrong. Okay. It appears that I would need to speak with her in a bit more detail. Roar! Now then, Kay. She's like a stray cat. I wonder if I should feed her something.
Take that!
That's easy. Kay, I promise to give this to you if you calm down. Oh, a Swiss roll! It really belongs to you though, doesn't it? Yeah, I was saving it for Daddy. Uh-oh. She doesn't know. Oh my. Your father, he's... Ah! Don't you say another word, pal! She doesn't know yet! Thanks for watching out for me, Gummy. But I already know about Daddy. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. I overheard the guards talking about how he's not here anymore. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't protect him. Okay. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. It's alright. Let it all out. Your father just passed away after all. I myself was also involved in a case at this courthouse when I was a young child. A case in which my father, who was a defense attorney, passed away. All of my dreams of becoming a lawyer were crushed in the fine ash on that nightmarish day. Even now, the wound festers deep in the depths of my soul. Ever since that incident, I've dedicated myself to locking away every criminal I can. And now, to have this happen right in front of me. This child, I feel a certain shared fate, a common bond between us. Miles Edgeworth! What sort of gentleman are you? Are you going to just stand there and watch a lady cry? Ah, you're right. Sorry about that. Okay. Here. How about we use this handkerchief here and dry your little eyes? Oh! My cravat! Don't blow your nose on that! I feel better now. Thanks. Wow, that was quick. Okay. You're going to be alright. Yep, I'm already alright. Somehow I highly doubt that, but I'm not going to push it. Good idea. I promised Daddy I'd never cry in front of strangers. And you're a good kid, aren't you, Kay? You always keep your promises, right? That's right. Even if I can't see Daddy anymore, I'm still going to keep all my promises. You're a very brave girl, Kay. You're a very good child for keeping the promises you made to your papa. I'll even testify that you didn't cry. Just for you. Aw, she does care. Thank you very much, lady. Ha, it's nothing. I'm only telling the truth after all. It would appear that because her father was a respected prosecutor, Francisco is sympathetic to Kay's feelings. Your father. Kay, what kind of person was your father? Daddy was a hero of justice. His job was to catch all the bad people in the world. So to you, a prosecutor is a hero of justice, huh? I suppose we are, in a sense, as we are the ones who seek guilty verdicts for criminals. Plus, you know what? Whenever I came to the courthouse, Daddy would buy me my absolute favorite treat. Swiss rolls! Oh? I want to be a hero of justice someday, just like Daddy. So I've been working really hard. I see. And what have you been working hard on? I've been working hard to keep all the promises Daddy and I made together. A promise notebook? May I take a look inside, Kay? Sure, okay. It appears to be an exchange diary of sorts between father and daughter. Mr. Faraday's writing conveys a sense of the kind of man he was. This little notebook just might come in handy later. Promise notebook dated John and Dad and my organizer. Exchange diary between Mr. Faraday and Kay. Thank you for showing it to me, Kay. I hope you'll continue to work hard and become a hero, just like your father. I'm gonna try. Hey, Kay! So I'm a detective that catches the bad people, right? That makes me a hero too! Yeah, you're really cool too, Gummy. Yeah, aren't I, Kay? What is with the two of them? I hand out verdicts of justice, so that makes me a hero too. Yes, and thanks to your oh-so-heroic testimony, you almost painted that detective as a vile criminal and sent him off to jail. I'm really sorry about that. Gummy is not a bad man, okay? That poor judge. He's being treated like a vile criminal rather than a hero of justice. It appears that you and Detective Gumshoe are good friends, Kay. Yeah, we're friends. And in that case, would you mind telling me a little more about him? Dick Gumshoe. So I take it that you ran into Detective Gumshoe earlier? Yep. I was on my way to see Daddy when I saw Gummy standing there. He was standing in the hallway staring really hard at the vending machine. So I said hi. And when was this? Huh? Oh. Before everything got crazy. How long were the two of you together? We only talked for a little while. And then we went on our own ways. That's right, pal! Kay and I only talked for a little while, and that's it! Oh? Which means... we have now confirmed that Kay was in the hallway during the recess. Isn't that right? Ah! You got me! I told you to stop picking on Gummy, mister! Very well then. I'll just have to speak with the good detective in private later. Now, before we do this, there is something I want to point out. If you present the promised notebook to Kay, you will get a trophy, both in-game and on PlayStation 5 and Xbox. You know how it is. Well, you'll get an in-game trophy on the Switch version, but everything else you'll get an in-game trophy plus the you get the in-game trophy plus a trophy on your PlayStation/Xbox account. Well, you know, an achievement on your Xbox account, but you get what I'm saying. It's a promise notebook Daddy and I made. I have to be a good girl and keep all of the promises we wrote in here. May I take a look inside for just a second? Sure, okay. It appears that there are more than just the 5 I thought there were. Promise 6. If you ever have a boyfriend, you must bring him to meet Daddy right away. Promise 7. Even when you have a boyfriend, never forget that I love you the most. I certainly don't envy the poor sap she falls in love with. Swiss rolls. Were you the one who bought this pack of Swiss rolls? This pack of Swiss rolls, Kay? Well, I didn't really have a lot of money. And I somehow made $1 out of all of the pennies and quarters I had. But that still wasn't enough, and I really, really wanted one. Come to think of it, she didn't come and ask me to exchange a handful of change for $1. And that's when you came and asked me to change your money, correct? Yeah, thanks a bunch for doing that, mister. Sure. But let me ask you, even with that $1, you still didn't have enough, correct? Well, that's why... Hey! If you bully Kay anymore, I'm gonna have to arrest you, pal! Need I remind you that you're the one already under arrest? Yow! I sense that Kay is going to be less forthcoming with this question. Sorry about your roughly thing. Yes, well, now that it's positively drenched in your nasal mucus. Don't worry, Kay, I have a spare. So here, you can have this one. But Daddy said, never take things from a stranger. Oh, here's one of the promises you made in your promise notebook, correct? Yeah! Look, see? It's right here on this page. Promise 1, never take things from strangers. Promise 2, never go anywhere with a stranger. That makes a lot of sense. That's common sense, really. Alright then, I'm not giving this to you. I'm merely allowing you to borrow it. You can take it home, wash it nice and clean, and then give it back to me next time we meet. Okay! Daddy never said I couldn't borrow things from strangers. Although I'm surprised he honestly didn't, but okay. See, got the technicality, that's what it is. Now then, Detective Gumshoe. Uh-oh. I believe it is now crystal clear that you were with little K in that hallway. I told you to stop being mean to Gummy! Miles Edgeworth, there's still something you have yet to resolve. I beg your pardon. You still haven't offered an explanation for why that man would lie to us. That's... well... Gummy, don't tell me you lied for my sake. Hey! Don't worry about it, Kay. Everything's gonna be okay. Oh, so that's why. So what was Detective Gumshoe's motive for lying? If you can't explain that, then you can't call this a perfect investigation. His reason for lying is very simple. What? Here's what I believe to be his reason. From simple observation of the detective's actions and his interaction with Kay, it's obvious the detective was lying for the young girl's sake. And this piece of evidence will show you exactly why. Which piece of evidence proves that Detective Gumshoe was lying on account of Kay? Let's see here, so it's obviously not that. There are a few things I could use here.
Take that!
Let's roll first.
Take that!
Nope. Oh, I think I know what it was. Now that I think about it, I just realized what it was. But the below says, never take things from a stranger, never go anywhere with a stranger. Always greet people with a smile, even people you don't know. Never cry in front of strangers. Always try your hardest to learn things about things you don't understand. Yeah, she broke promise number 2. Never go anywhere with a stranger. And that's why Gumshoe is protecting her.
Take that!
Mr. Faraday and Faye's... Mr. Faraday's and Faye's promise notebook? How does this explain anything? If you could take a look at this page, it's clearly written that Kay should never take things from a stranger. When Detective Gumshoe heard about that promise, he tried to cover for Kay. What a foolishly foolish fool's fool of a foolish reason for a fool. I pretty much just came up with a tongue twister over here. Try saying that 5 times fast. Yow! Gummy, you lied because of me, didn't you? Because I'm your friend, Kay. That's why. Gummy. At long last. Detective Gumshoe, can you please tell me the whole truth now? Guess there's no beating you, huh, pal? Okay, I'll spill the goods. I've been standing guard for a while. I was getting really hungry, and that snack vending machine was taunting me. But all the cash you had on you... Wait, but all the cash I had on you was $5, and that wasn't enough to buy anything, right? After all, the cheapest item in that machine is a $6 pack of Swiss rolls. Yeah, but then like an angel from heaven, Kay showed up. I was thinking about sharing a snack with Daddy, so I wanted to buy a Swiss roll, but I only had about $1 in coins. So we pooled my $5 and her $1 together, and bought a pack of Swiss rolls together. But I was worried about breaking one of my promises. So then Gummy said, Mr. Faraday's one scary guy when he gets mad. But don't worry, you won't get in trouble if I don't tell, right? Besides, you bought it with me. So you didn't really get it from me, you know? That's true, technically speaking. He told me it'd be okay. And he gave me a whole roll to save and give to Daddy. Who knew that Scruffy could be so considerate? Indeed. Detective, I take it that you then sat down on the bench and ate the rolls together? Yeah, we split the other roll and ate it right then. The sweet taste of that king's chocolate. I'll never forget it for as long as I live, pal. Anyway, Kay, I believe this also belongs to you. Oh, that's the balloon I popped. It's bad manners to leave garbage lying around, Kay. I'm sorry. Well, I guess I can't blame you for not throwing this one piece away. It was sitting high up on a windowsill where you couldn't see it. So just this once, I forgive you. But that balloon... I wanted to surprise Gummy a little, so I popped it on purpose. And because of me, Gummy dropped his half of the Swiss rolls. Wow, you really got me there, pal. So I thought maybe I should give Gummy this other roll. And then I saw you picking on Gummy, mister. So you kicked me, is that it? You sure are a feisty one. I'm really sorry, mister. It's alright. I'm perfectly unharmed. But about this Swiss roll, would it be alright with you if I held on to it until the presumptuous cleared of all charges and free to go? Yeah, sure! Just make sure you come in to Gummy afterwards, okay? Of course, I promise. Now then, I believe we have proven beyond the shadow of a doubt that Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway for the entire duration of his duty, which undeniably proves that Detective Gumshoe could not have committed the double murders.
Objection!
Actually, it proves just the opposite, Edgeworth. You've just shown that Detective Gumshoe is the only one who could have committed the crime. What do you mean? It's quite rude to eavesdrop, Miss Hugh. I could have lectured on manners. By a girl with a penchant for whipping people. What? How dare you talk back with such insolence? You're wrong, lady. Gummy's not the bad guy. Oh, and what do we hear? What is a child doing here in a courthouse? Bailiff, please take this child away. Miss Callisto, you! That girl is Mr. Faraday's... I know. So what? You think that just because she's the victim's daughter, she gets to just run wild all around this crime scene? I think it's actually quite dangerous for her to speak nothing of getting underfoot. I suppose you're right, however. As long as we're in agreement on that point, let's get back to the real issue at hand. Now then, Detective, you were in front of the door to lobby number 2 the entire time, correct? Yeah, but... You see? Isn't it obvious that it could only be the detective? He is the only person who could have gone into lobby number 2 at the time of the murders. Urgh. I have no counter-argument to that. Don't worry. I've already put in the necessary paperwork for his formal arrest. Urgh. But the investigation is far from over. Oh, that's right. I was going to speak with you about that. Don't you think it's reckless to talk about catching the suspect out in the open without a guard? I suppose it is. Well, as someone with more experience in law than you, allow me to share something. Always keep a good eye on a criminal, or you may regret what comes of your negligence. Oh, Miles, I can't believe you're letting this woman lecture you like this. This is unforgivable as a disciple of Von Karma. Down, Tigress. Now then, I'll be looking forward to the results of your investigation. So, we're back to square one. Actually, this is our last chance. I can tell that if we fail to solve this case, Detective Gumshoe will be formally charged under all circumstantial evidence. This investigation is not over yet. There's still one location we have yet to inspect. It's where Detective Bad and Miss Yu were at the time of the crime. Lobby number 1. To be continued. And that's the end of this episode of Ace Attorney Investigations. Next time, we investigate lobby number 1. And we discover the truth, as the title here says. We discover the truth behind the KG-8 incident. We'll see what happens later. But for now, like I said, that's going to do it for me here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Ace Attorney Investigations. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this is Forrest Walpole, signing off.